Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 6 foods that I have absolutely been loving this past month. Now these foods are, plant-based foods, things that you can find in your local grocery store. And I hope that, if you haven't even tried these foods before, that maybe it inspires you to go out to the grocery store and try them. One food in particular is something that I just recently bought, purchased, and cut open and tried for the very first time in August this past month. And it is one of my top favorite foods. I just can't get enough of it. So I really like watching videos where I see people, telling me what their favorite foods are, or going through their kitchen or their cupboards. And so I thought that I would be sharing with you 6 of my favorite foods that I have absolutely been loving recently. So if you'd like to see what those foods are, carry on watching. So the very first food that I have absolutely been loving is zucchini. Now zucchini, you can cut it many different ways. You can eat it raw, you can cook it, you can, what I like to do is steam it or cook it on the stove. And just recently, my older sister actually sent me a spiralizer. So I have been spiralizing my zucchini and making it kind of like a pasta and putting it into different dishes while it's all spiralized. And it's so awesome. It's so fun to make. It's so fun to eat. So I will put it with pasta sauce or other veggies, and usually either, like I said, cook it on the stove in a skillet or steam it in the microwave. So the next food that I have absolutely been loving are going to be potatoes. Now, I do like all sorts of potatoes, but I'm not the biggest fan of those orange sweet potatoes. So I really like the regular russet potatoes, red potatoes, Japanese sweet potatoes, and I will put them in the spiralizer, spiralize them, and kind of bake them in the oven so I don't add any extra oil or anything. I literally just put them in the oven and kind of roast them, and they turn out to be amazing, kind of like chips, so you can use it and eat those with ketchup if you want, or I like to eat them with salsa or make nachos out of them, or even just eating them plain. It is so good, such a good option. And yeah, I absolutely love potatoes and have been loving them this past month. So the next thing that I have absolutely been loving and eating almost every day are going to be beans. Now, I really like black beans. They're very convenient. You can find them in the grocery store. You can buy them canned. You can buy them just regular, so you could soak them and make them yourself. But buying them canned is really easy for me. I like to rinse them and then eat them that way. I can eat them plain. I try to incorporate beans into every meal of the day. It is a great source of protein, great source of fiber, and they really keep me full for a long time, so that's why I have absolutely been loving them. I will add them to salads. I will make kind of like a stir fry with them, or even like a black bean burrito and have it for breakfast. And so beans are, something that a lot of people I feel like avoid, but they're something that I definitely embrace and try to eat every single day, especially living a plant-based lifestyle. So the next food that I have absolutely been loving this past month is going to be a mango. Now, this is what I was talking about in the intro. Mango, I have never really eaten mangoes before, but I was feeling super spontaneous at the grocery store a couple weeks ago, and I picked one up, took it home, learned how to cut into it, because there's this giant pit or stone in the middle of it, so you kind of have to cut around it. And yeah, if you get them when they're ripe, or you wait until it's perfectly ripe, it is going to be the most amazing fruit, I swear, that you will ever eat. And so yeah, I have absolutely been loving mangoes this month. I even bought some frozen mangoes, have been eating those just as is. And it's a perfect dessert. Just eating a raw mango is still so satisfying, and I take it to work with me. Yes, you're gonna need kind of a sharp knife to cut into it, but still, it is so good and so worth it. And I totally want to challenge you guys to go to the grocery store and pick up a fruit or vegetable that you have never eaten before and try it out. Comment down below on things that I should try. I'm sure I could make a whole video on fruits that I've never had before and trying them on camera. So if you want to see that, also give it a thumbs up and comment down below. But yeah, mangoes are absolutely delicious. So the next food that I have absolutely been loving is going to be tofu. Now, a lot of people, I feel like, have this big stigma around tofu, and they think it's gross, or they think it's bad for you, or it's just not the same as a meat product. But since going plant-based, I absolutely love tofu. Depending on the dish you're making or how you're preparing it, it can really transform into the flavors that you put into it. So that's why when I use it, I like to add a lot of spices, or I will make kind of like tofu tacos. And so yeah, any kind of spices that I add to it just kind of embrace the entire dish, and you can't really taste the bland tofu flavor. But yeah, I like to also grill my tofu and put it on kind of like a panini press, grill it just in strips, and you can put that on a sandwich. Like I said, tofu tacos, or just even crumbling it up into like a breakfast burrito in the morning and kind of making a tofu scramble. It is filled with protein. Now, I don't eat tofu every single day, but it does give me a lot of protein. I like to eat it after maybe a hard workout, or if I want to stay full for long. It's great on the go if you can prepare it ahead of time. And yeah, I have just absolutely been loving and gravitating towards meals that have tofu in it. Alrighty, and the very last thing that I have absolutely been loving this month is going to be red onion. Now, I have always been an onion fan, but recently I've been buying more and more of the red onions. I like to eat these in a stir fry with some peppers. I could eat them on a sandwich. I put them in salads. Sometimes I'll just stir fry them up by themselves and eat them. But when I do stir fries, I usually don't add oil to the dish at all. I'll use either water or vegetable broth or stock, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I just have absolutely been loving red onion. I've been putting it into pasta dishes. I've been putting it on baked potatoes or nachos. And yeah, it's just such a versatile food, and you can literally add it to anything. I love that you can cook it or you can eat it raw. And yeah, it's just something that I have absolutely been loving this past month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on, 6 different food items that I have absolutely been loving. Let me know what some of your plant-based essential foods or foods that you have been loving that are plant-based in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I can't wait to see you guys next Sunday. Bye! It's hot!